Welcome to 2026. The world of finance has shifted beneath your feet. Interest rates have finally stabilized at a neutral range of 3.5 to 3.75%, effectively ending the era of easy, zero-interest money. You might feel like you're falling behind. With PCE inflation tracking at a stubborn 3.6%, your cash is losing value every single day you leave it sitting in a traditional savings account. I see investors struggling to find growth in this new reality. They're chasing high-volatility outlier tech stocks, completely ignoring that these massive returns are becoming statistically rarer in our current stabilized interest rate environment. You are likely being sold the illusion of professional management. You might think a high-fee active fund offers protection, but historical data shows that 92% of large-cap managers fail to beat the market. Let's talk about the silent tax. A 1% management fee might seem small to you today, but that friction compounds over decades, quietly eroding hundreds of thousands of dollars from your future wealth. I want you to escape the FOMO trap. While retail capital floods into speculative assets, institutional giants like BlackRock are moving toward automated, low-cost passive index dominance. They know where the real money is. Are you over-diversifying in junk assets? I see many investors buying dozens of individual stocks they don't understand. This creates a messy, fragile portfolio that lacks the structural integrity of a broad market index fund. You cannot time the market. The belief that you can manually buy every dip and sell every top is a fallacy. I've found that most major gains occur in just a few critical trading days. Your trading platform might be encouraging an addiction to high-frequency trading. Every trade you make generates commission costs and taxable events. These are the hidden anchors that drastically lower your net annual performance. At 3.6% inflation, being too afraid of a market crash is its own risk. If you are sitting on the sidelines, you are guaranteed to lose value. You must stay invested in productive assets. There is a massive shift happening right now. As $68 trillion moves to younger generations, the old model of high-fee wealth management is being disrupted by simple, efficient, and low-cost exchange-traded funds. You might be misunderstanding liquidity. In a market squeeze, retail traders often get stuck in low-liquidity small caps. However, index funds provide you with an instant exit path because they have massive institutional trading volume. Stop chasing the next big thing. I know you want to find the next Apple or Tesla, but it is much safer to own the 500 companies that have already won the market. I see investors underestimating volatility friction. Manual traders often panic when a 10% correction hits every 2 years. This fear causes them to sell at the very bottom and miss the inevitable recovery. Do not fall for complexity bias. You might believe a complex strategy is better, but that usually leads to expensive and unnecessary financial products. The simplest path is often the most profitable over time. You must develop broad market awareness. In 2026, with $20 trillion in passive assets, the S500 doesn't just track the market for you. Because of that massive volume, the index literally is the market. I notice many people ignoring the law of reversion to the mean. They chase stocks that have already peaked, instead of trusting the 10.5% historical average return of a broad market index tracker. How do you respond to a 20% bear market? If you aren't prepared for a 15-month recovery duration, you'll likely suffer permanent capital loss through premature selling. Your emotions are your own greatest enemy. This brings us to the core psychological causes of failure. Social media has evolved into a gambler's mindset. It turns your investing journey into a dopamine-driven game rather than a disciplined wealth-building exercise. You might be suffering from anchoring bias. Are you stuck on previous all-time high prices? This prevents you from rebalancing or staying invested when prices naturally normalize to these new neutral interest rate levels. I want you to ignore the media outrage cycle. News outlets profit from your fear. They lead you to believe every minor correction is the end of the world rather than a natural cycle. Confirmation bias is a dangerous trap. I see traders only seeking out news that supports their speculative positions. They ignore the cold mathematical reality that most individual stock pickers are destined to fail. You might feel a psychological desire to beat the market, This hero narrative is tempting because you want to prove your intelligence, but it ironically leads to underperformance compared to a simple algorithm. We are living through information overload. Having too much data often leads to analysis paralysis. This makes it impossible for you to pull the trigger on a simple, long-term plan that actually works. I know you lack the real-time macro modeling tools that major institutions use. Yet, you are trying to compete on the same high-speed playing field. That is a fight you are destined to lose. Our modern world deprioritizes long-term thinking. This focus on short-term gratification makes it difficult for you to appreciate the massive compounding effect that comes from holding low-fee ETFs for 30 years. Stop the hero worship of fund managers. Believing a star manager can consistently outperform the market is a mistake. Historical evidence shows that such performance is rarely repeatable over long periods of time. You are fighting against your own biology and a financial system designed to take your money. The illusions are powerful, and the market pain points in 2026 are more intense than they've ever been. But there is a way out of this cycle of underperformance. What if you stopped trying to find the hidden treasure and started owning the entire orchard that produces the harvest every year? It is time to look at the cold, hard math. If you want to build real wealth in this environment, you need to understand why owning the mountain is better than searching for gold. I want you to imagine the financial market not as a battlefield of tickers, but as an expansive orchard. While others hunt for rare fruit, you are going to own the entire plot of land. Let's analyze two investors in this 2026 neutral rate environment. Both start with $10,000 and contribute $1,000 monthly over a 30-year horizon, assuming a steady 8% average annual return. The first investor, whom I'll call the index investor, chooses a broad market tracker with an expense ratio of 0.03%, effectively neutralizing the friction of management fees entirely. The second investor, the active investor, selects a managed fund charging 1% annually. They believe professional expertise will provide a competitive edge, despite the massive structural hurdles active management faces in 2026. After 30 years, the index investor's portfolio reaches approximately $1,489,000. This is the raw power of low-friction compounding, where almost every dollar works directly for you. In contrast, the active investor, paying that seemingly small 1% fee, ends up with only $1,245,000. I see this happening to retail portfolios every single day. The calculation is staggering. The active investor lost $244,000 in wealth. This is equivalent to 244 months of your original contributions simply vanishing into thin air. I call this the invisible tax. Most retail investors fail to calculate this erosion when they choose high-fee products, yet it is the single greatest threat to your long-term terminal wealth. Now, let's explore the concept of volatility arbitrage. Imagine a severe market crash occurs, where the share price of your chosen index fund drops from $100 down to $50. At this point, the manual trader panics. Seeing a 50% drawdown, they stop their contributions, fearing further losses as the market hits what feels like a bottomless 20% bear market. I want you to take a different path. The automated investor maintains their $1,000 monthly buy. In this system, you don't view a crash as a crisis, but as a discount. In the first month, when the price is $100 per share, your $1,000 investment buys exactly 10 shares. You are simply acquiring assets at their current fair market valuation. But in the second month, during the crisis price of $50, the same $1,000 suddenly buys 20 shares. I calculate that you have effectively doubled your share accumulation rate instantly. By the third month, the market begins to recover and reaches $75. Notice that this is still 25% below your starting price, yet the internal math has shifted in your favor. As an automated investor, you now own a total of 30 shares, acquired for a total investment of $2,000. Your system didn't blink while the rest of the market was panicking. Your average cost per share is now only $66.67. This is significantly lower than the starting price, even though the broader market has not yet fully recovered. Here is the breakthrough. Even with the market still down 25% from your entry point, you are already sitting at a 12.5% profit. The math is mathematically undeniable. This is the secret of volatility arbitrage. I've found that the system uses the market's own fear to stack shares at a massive discount, turning standard market movements into a wealth multiplier. For the long-term investor in 2026, volatility is not a risk to be feared, it is a mechanism for growth. You are exploiting the mathematical laws of the market to accelerate your progress. Contrast this with an active manager who must maintain high cash levels for redemptions. They cannot exploit these valuation gaps as efficiently as your automated, low-cost exchange-traded fund strategy allows. The first law we've discovered is the law of fee erosion. Any fee above 0.10% is a direct attack on the terminal value of your multi-decade retirement portfolio. Next is the law of volatility arbitrage. I've proven that automated purchases during corrections lower your average cost basis, making your portfolio profitable well before a full market recovery actually occurs. Then we have the Spiva constant. Professional underperformance is a structural reality in 2026. Chasing a market-beating fund is mathematically less probable than simply choosing to be the market yourself. Consider the orchard principle. Owning broad market exposure captures all the price increases passed through by companies to consumers as inflation hedges, protecting your purchasing power against our 3.6% PCE reality. Finally, remember the compounding law. Small percentage differences in annual fees translate into decades of lost time and hundreds of thousands of dollars in lost capital. I refuse to let you fail. This data proves that the index investor always ends up with more shares, lower costs, and zero emotional interference. The mathematical proof is clear, but how do we execute this strategy? First, I want you to select your grand orchard. Prioritize low-cost, broad market ETFs like VOO or VTI with expense ratios near 0.03% to minimize structural friction from the very beginning. Next, you must implement automated dollar cost averaging. I recommend setting your brokerage to pull a fixed amount from your income every single month, regardless of the headlines or any short-term market noise. You need to eliminate the human element entirely. I advise you to never check your portfolio during 10% corrections unless you are specifically calculating how many discounted shares you successfully acquired that month. I want you to reinvest all dividends automatically. This yield stacking is the critical component required to reach that 10.5% historical compounding ceiling and accelerate your long-term capital accumulation process. Always maintain a dedicated cash flow shield. I need you to ensure an independent emergency fund exists to prevent you from ever needing to sell your orchard during a 15-month bear market cycle. Focus 80 to 90% of your equity exposure strictly on index trackers. I suggest leaving only 10% for speculative play if you feel the psychological need to hunt for potential outlier stocks. Prioritize tax efficiency by using tax-advantaged accounts. I want you to protect your orchard from the annual drag of capital gains taxes, which can otherwise erode your final terminal wealth by several $100,000. Shift your mindset from total portfolio value to your total share count. During a market crash, I want your primary goal to be growing the number of shares you own, not their current valuation. You must adapt to the neutral rate reality of 2026. With rates around 3.5%, I suggest focusing on the growth plus yield profile that only broad market index tracking funds can provide naturally. Prepare for the average 2.1-year correction cycle. I want you to mentally accept that every 2 years, a major buying opportunity will occur, rather than treating it as a financial crisis. Ignore the inflation fear often propagated by the media. I want you to remember that the companies in your index are the ones raising prices, making your shares the ultimate mathematical hedge for 2026. If you are a beneficiary of the great wealth transfer, move those assets away from high-fee managers into your low-cost automated strategy. I want you to stop that silent fee erosion immediately. Conduct a comprehensive fee audit on all your current holdings. I want you to calculate the 30-year erosion cost of a 1% fee, which often results in hundreds of thousands of dollars lost. Simplify your analytical toolkit starting today. I believe you don't need expensive stock scanners or complex software, you only need to track the broad performance of the top 500 companies in the market. Ensure your monthly contribution does not exceed your personal peace of mind threshold. I want you to stay invested for 30 years, and that requires a sustainable, automated, and stress-free financial commitment level. I want you to exploit volatility arbitrage. When the VIX spikes, consider it a seasonal sale for your monthly automated purchase, allowing you to acquire even more shares at a steep mathematical discount. It is time to finalize the broad market law. In 2026, I want you to stop trying to pick individual winners and realize that by owning the index, you effectively become the house itself. By the 10-year milestone, you will begin to witness the share stacking effect. I expect your dividends to start covering a significant portion of your monthly contributions, creating a powerful internal growth engine. At the 20-year horizon, your portfolio enters the steep curve of compounding. I've found that this is where your annual growth begins to exceed your annual salary, requiring absolutely zero additional labor from you. Your orchard will eventually transform into a perpetual asset. I want you to build generational security that handles inflation and structural market shifts for the next 3 decades and far into the future. You will achieve total psychological freedom and detachment from the news cycle. I want you to know that your automated system is built for resilience, regardless of which way the economic winds blow. Upon reaching the harvest phase, you transition from accumulation to passive income. I've structured this strategy to give you a massive cost basis advantage built over decades of disciplined, automated market correction purchases. This is the proven path to wealth without work. I want you to reach the point where the broad market's 10.5% average return provides you with full financial independence forever. You will possess ultimate resilience against black swan events. I want you to understand that your broad exposure covers the entire economy, protecting you from the structural failure of any single vulnerable sector. This strategy creates a legacy of discipline. I want you to prove to yourself that simple, automated patience beats complex, high-fee intuition every single time in this new 2026 neutral rate financial landscape. I've shown you that the easiest way to invest in 2026 isn't to find the gold, it's to own the entire mountain. Set your system, ignore the noise, and let your orchard grow. Now that you've mastered the orchard, I want you to understand how to shield those assets from the next major threat. I'll show you the strategic layers of asset protection in my next analysis.